They're going to be doing this together, and they'll pass the mic, to each other. Can we have Taiwo Shittu right here? Suleiman Shittu, can we please join him as well? Morufat Shittu, please join us as well. I don't know if Lukman Shittu is here as well. Okay, no problem. Can we also... Ubaidat Shittu, can you please join us right here as well? Round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen. So, how do you want us to go about this? Ladies first? Okay, let's do this.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rasaq Shittu. So many things have been said about our dad, Rasaq Shittu. Family man. He loves his children. He takes care of his children like no other. Even those that are not his children, he takes everybody as one. Our dad will always teach us to be reliable, to be self-dependent, not to depend on any man, because he himself does not depend on anybody. He will always tell us his father did not give him money. What he owes us is education. And truly, he gave us the best we can ever have. Our dad is a very disciplined man. What he wants you to do, he would call you, talk to you, lead you aright. Whenever he's not happy with what you're doing, he would call you. In my own life of existence, I've never heard my father shout at us. He would never shout at you. He would rather call you, advise you. My dad is a giver. You can't go to my father and ask him for something. He would rather tell you, this thing won't hear any up, and you had better refund it. Because if you refund it, you will get more. And if you don't refund it, the reverse will be the case. And if he's giving you, he will tell you, this thing I'm giving you, go and make good use of it. When we were growing up, my father would always take every of his children then, in his caravan then, whenever we're going back to school. He will be the one to get our school items for us. He will all lead us to Bata, then to get our school shoes, school bags, and other stuff. He will make sure. He just made mention of something, said, it might be the last time I will ever tell you this. I explained my side of the story, and he understood me perfectly. He called me the day after. I did not know that was the last time I would ever see my dad. I want to thank God because, yes, 65 years, nobody ever wished that his or dad would go at this age. But we are comforted because what dad has done on earth, believe you me, even those that are older than him, they have not reached, not even a mile. We had a birthday party for my mom last year. My father was like, look at us now, we are having it for our dad. But of course it is in his absence. Who are we to question God? We cannot question God. We just leave everything to God. Because in Kontie Oju Toju Eni Obato, Ọlọ́run rí gbogbo ẹ̀. So we just say we bless God because He knows the reason He has taken Daddy at this time. This is the time Daddy would have just sat down and his children, take over. But now the reverse is the case. But we still thank God. At least look at his children now. We are doing fine. We are doing fine. He has given us the legacy that we would, carry along. So we just thank God. And we thank everybody once again for coming. Thank you.
A great man. He always did what Like sometimes when we ask for stuff, he said that he would do it for us and he always did. But seeing him gone is very sad, but we'll still get through it. And we have to be very strong about him going, because he wasn't really supposed to go at this age, but he got sick. And he really wasn't hoping for that. He always hoped for the best for us. And he always wanted us to get straight A's and pass our exams and live a good life. Like how he did. For me, I feel like I didn't have that long with him, but for him, he feels like he did. Because he lived for longer and I didn't get to see him for that long. So, as he's gone, I'm still going to get through it and look at his pictures. And I'm going to make sure that I do what he always dreamed for me to do. And I am going to recite him a surah. Surah to Nasi, Maliki Nasi, Ilahi Nasi, Mutu Wasu, Nasi, Alazi Wasu, Risifi Suduri Nasi, Meladi Natu Nasi. That is all of my speech.
My name is Bisi Ologe Tv Show. I really loved my dad. He meant there were some things that I loved a lot. Daddy Mishe for me. He took me to school. He gave me food. He gave me clothes, and he gave me a shelter. And I also thank God for the life of my mom, who is right here beside me. She knows how much I love her, and she knows how much my dad meant to me. But in life, things happen. We come and we go. But we just have to get through this. There's some there were some things that my dad taught me that I really enjoyed. He took me out. Alojeun, Ajade, Awobol. There's a lot of things I did with my dad that I can never, ever in my life forget. There's some things that I did want to do with my dad, but I'm not able to do. My dad was a very wonderful man, and he loved his children. My father loved his children like his own. There's nothing that my dad will not do for us. Every single thing in this life that I asked for my father, and he gave to me. My dad, he knows how much I loved him, and I'm sure he knows that now. Oh Lord, please be with him. Accept his return. Father Lord, let us see each other one day, but not soon. Father Lord, let us live longer than him, and don't let us die young. Father Lord, I pray for my mother and my siblings here. Father Lord, please let us live long. Let us see our children's children and their kids. Father Lord, please, the legacy my dad gave to us, which was a beautiful education. Father, let us grow on that. Let us become successful people in life, and it shall be well with all of us. Thank you again, people, for coming today. I love you all very much.
I would like to start off by thanking everyone for taking time out of their busy schedules to be here today, to say their prayers and pay their respects to my dad. Over the last week, I've come across a lot of people who start with paying their condolences and then go on to tell me what a great man my dad was. I always knew this, but it's so heartwarming to know just as many people feel the same way, and to see the impact he has had on so many lives. We are beyond grateful for all the love and support we have received, and every one of you and your kind words have really made this period a lot easier for us. I learned so much from my dad. We would sit and discuss everything under the sun, from politics to sports and business. You know, I'll go to his room thinking it was about to be a 10-minute conversation, and then leave about 2 hours later. That was just our own form of bonding, and I always cherish those moments. He always had the answer, and honestly, I never left any of our conversations the same person, because I always learned something new. He was extremely humble and quiet, as a lot of you probably know. Until this day, I've never come across anyone with a work ethic like his, and that was always so inspiring to me. He was one of the smartest people I know. I'm forever grateful for the education he provided for my siblings and I, and the experiences we were able to share. One of my fondest memories of my dad is our family trip to Amsterdam. It was just my dad and all his kids. He took us to Nike Town, and he immediately said everyone should choose what they wanted. The rush that followed was really a sight. All of us scurrying off in different directions to grab one shoe or the other. It was a one-time experience for my siblings and I, and I'm sure for the Nike workers in the store that day as well. But it really is a memory I'll forever hold on to dearly. There's really a lot I can say because in his 65 years of life, my dad achieved so much and made an impact on so many people, beyond what I could ever imagine. He was gentle, kind, and understanding. I'm grateful for his life and the community he was able to foster, which includes a lot of you present here today. And I'll never take it for granted. I pray that his soul rests in perfect peace, and I take solace in the fact that he has an amazing set of kids that will continue to build on his legacy and his name, Lanre Shittu. I know we'll all make him proud. Thank you again for being here today for the celebration of his life, and God bless you all.
Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I first want to thank everybody for coming from outside Nigeria, different states, to come and help us pray for the 8th day funeral of our father. Something I understand about Alhaji Rasaq Lanre Shittu. Money is not everything. Money was not everything with him. Money again was not everything with him. He has advised us many times, spoken to us personally, together as a group, as a family, many times. I remember sometimes when I was in France with him, Alhaji Lanre Shittu, being my father, being a legendary, being a mentor to me, took me to a square, and in that square there were so many birds. He bought corn and he held the corn. He took some out of the corn. They call them a maize or corn. Yeah. It threw them away. He splashed them out. Then those birds, they came in thousands, hundreds to come and eat. He did the same thing again. They came again. He did the same thing again. They came again. Once the corn finished, can we all guess what happened? The birds flew away. Because why? There was no corn again. He said, Taiwo, let's go for a break. We went out, we went to eat, we came back again. When we came back again this time around, he bought another set of corn. He did the same thing again. The birds came around again. And after the birds came around again, this is a lesson for everybody here, if you can listen. There was something he taught me that I can never forget. He splashed the corn again, then they came back again, the same bird that left him after there was no corn. And he said, Taiwo, do you know why these birds are back here? I said, no. They said, yeah, because you have corn. I said, yes. See this corn as money. See this corn with me as money. See the birds as human being. Whatever fortune you're able to hold, whatever fortune you're able to keep, make sure it doesn't finish. Make sure it doesn't run dry. These same birds that will eat the corn and they will finish the corn with you, they're the same people that will laugh you. But make sure the corn, you keep holding it. As long as the corn is getting bigger, the more you have a lot of people around you that will be looking for you. They can come and tell you, oh, he's a stingy man, he's a distant man, he's a damn man, he's very greedy. But for the fact that you have that corn in your hand, they will always remain with you. They will always be there for you. So whatever fortune you have, you must make sure you keep it and you sustain it. That's the only thing that can keep people around you. People will leave when there's nothing. And as long as there's something, people will always remain around you. That was the biggest lesson I learned from my father. Another lesson I learned from him, because he's a great man, he's a man that money was never anything. You can be, in your bank account, you can have 10,000 naira. You might not have any assets, but he appreciates you even more than the multi-billionaires. That is Alhaji Rasaq Lanre Shittu. He doesn't pick his friends based on wealth or based on how rich you are or how flamboyant you are. If is supposed to travel to your state and you come and meet him, and you drive a Tico or you drive a Volkswagen, a Volkswagen Beetle. He gets into the Volkswagen Beetle with you happy and not thinking about, oh, you're a riffraff or you're a low life or you're this thing. No, he sees you and appreciates you just the way you are. He said, Taiwo, if you do business with a lot of people, or you do business with somebody, this person, like for example, my sister and Morfat. Morfat is destiny. Morfat's supposed to be maybe Morfat Kasali, not my sister. I'm just using an example. If she's supposed to do business with you, and you promise Morfat 100 naira, and during the business transaction, you can see that you're not making enough profit as you were supposed to make, endeavor to pay that 100 naira you have committed yourself to the person. Endeavor, make sure you pay that 100 naira. Because you know why? Because that same person might be destined to give you $500 billion. But because of the greed of that first 100 naira that you refuse to give him back his money, that would terminate that destiny that was coming from that person to you because of the first 100 naira deal that you did together. You're supposed to pay him. But meanwhile, this
Bisi Ologe TV ni ẹ mọ wò, Bisi Ologe Show. Gbajúgbajà ni wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rí wọn, mo ní dandan ni ẹ fẹ́ bá wọn ṣe. Bisi Ologe fúnra ara rẹ̀ ń kọ́, ọmọ námù lóró òkè, àṣẹ́hùn lóró okùn níran bàbá tó bí wọn lọ́mọ. Bisi Ologe arẹwà lóbìnrin, adúmọ̀ọ́dán arẹwà, àfijọ́ ẹlẹ́wọ̀ obìnrin tó mọ yáyì tí gbogbo ìlú ń fẹ́ ni. Àní Abẹ́òkúta tẹ́tẹ́ orí àpáta wọn fi ṣẹlẹ̀, mo ní ẹ wá lọ́gùn yan lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ lọ́rọ́ ká ọkàn mi nìjọ. Mo ní ẹ wá fòrò yan mi ńlẹ̀, wọ́n ní ẹja lónìí bó kí n gún yan lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ kí n ro ká ọkàn mi nìjọ. Mo gún yan lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ tán mo ro ká ọkàn mi nìjọ. Nílẹ̀ bàbá tó bí wọn lọ́mọ, àní kàkà kan fòrò yan nílé, igi pẹlẹbẹ náà gbélé ńlá ọmọ sálà tí fowó àlejò bomi. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò kọ́gí ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò mọ̀ kọ́ pẹ́. Àbẹ̀kẹ́ mo ní gbogbo yín pátápátá. Ire lójú wáyọ́mọ́ rí, ire lójú owó yọ́mọ́ rí. Bisi Ologe Show ni ẹ mọ́ tẹ́tí sí kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ wò.